Today, I'm going to become the most lethal figure in all of history, eclipsing historical dictators' death count and inflicting pure carnage on the entire planet in Crusader Kings 3. Think of the worst, most evil, infamous person you can. Short guy lives over there, right? Well, my heart goes out to you, but you're wrong. The common number associated with this monster's KD is 6 million. Absolute rookie numbers in historical figures. What about this man? Surely, Russian Tom Selleck, quoted as saying, "One man's death is a tragedy. Million, simply a statistic." Nope. This guy, 23 million deaths. Again, little league in terms of ruthless genocidal dictators. But Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan had an estimated 40 million deaths he was responsible for. So many that it changed the atmosphere. And he had an empire that stretched from the mighty barony of Shitty to just around the corner from the world-renowned holding Katzenelbogen. So today's video will be my greatest and simplest challenge yet. I'm going to be playing Crusader Kings 3, a game listed as a medieval realm management grand strategy game. But you may know it as the game your gooner buddy plays because he can have a harem of waifus and no one questions him. Starting with about 400 people, I need to kill 40 million, or at least wind up somewhere on this list. No, this list. Much better. And that is incredibly difficult to do, because normally an entire campaign in CK3, over 400 years of gameplay, with all the battles and wars you wage, you might only get around 1 to 200,000 kills. And that's if you start as a major empire like England or France. But for this challenge, I'm going to be playing only one lifetime, around 60 years. As a young boy, in this backwater county in the middle of nowhere, with only 400 troops. Battles with 400 men sometimes only net you like 40 total kills, making this challenge next to impossible to do, unless you have a cheeky little strategy that's going to make you one of the most powerful, ruthless, and deadly rulers in all of history, which I happen to have. So sit back, relax, maybe give the video a like, subscribe if you want to help me on my journey to 200,000. And enjoy the video. So we start down here in this tiny little holding. And you may be wondering, how will we get more kills than Timujin did in real life? Well, very simple. We'll do it one step at a time. So bad. But in all reality, I've set out a list of tasks we have to complete in order. These tasks are going to get increasingly difficult as we go down, but is really the only way to allow us to get millions of kills in one lifetime. But first, you have to understand this. How you live and die in this steppe is based on one thing, your herd size. Is it any surprise a guy with my gamer tag wants to increase the number of sheep and horses in his realm? This feeds your people, is a marker of your prosperity, but most importantly, a percentage of your herd is converted into army in the form of horde raiders. And if you can get to 10,000 herd, the game has this dominance mechanic that's a little bit complicated, but all you need to know is if you can get to 10,000 herd, the game recognizes you as having a strong enough army to have high dominance over everyone else in the region. This comes with some pretty insane buffs, but it also allows you to dominate various titles like kingdoms and wage tons more wars. So our first task is to get to 10,000 herd. But there's a bit of a problem. At this rate, it would take us roughly 218 years to get to that 10,000. And we only have another 50 years to live, so we have to investigate the ways of gaining more herd. And there are 3 optimal strategies for this. By playing tall, by playing cheeky, and by playing wide. This is by far the best one, and I've dubbed it the nonce method. No other nomads can exist. If you're American, you could totally use that acronym. You don't even need to Google it, trust me. So right now, out of our 37 herd gain per month, you'll notice the majority of it is coming from our lands, and we have no tributaries. These are neighboring rulers that have submitted to us and pay us herd as a tax and show of loyalty to us. So essentially, by warring people, we have to take them over so that they give us more herd. But again, there's another problem with this. Our neighbor down here is just as strong as we are. Plus, he has gold to buy mercenaries and children to sell off to dirty old men for alliances. So we first need to take some steps to improve our army so that we can make sure we win this war. One of the first things I'm going to do is take a decision available to me called Master the Art of Command. This decision essentially trades stress on your character, this little bar down here, for the possibility to earn a commander trait. So I'm going to take this and learn how to be a better commander. Oh, and we got this pop-up in the meantime. My wife comes to me and she says, ever since I was held hostage by the Mergid, I have felt unwell, as she covers her womb with her trembling hands. So we have my wife over here, and this little alien-looking guy. This is a neighboring ruler, and he held her hostage at some point, and now she's pregnant. So this man will now become my rival, and I will have to essentially take him out at some point. Some time has passed since I began my training, and I think I am ready now. So we've gained the aggressive attacker trait, which means that enemy fatal casualties is at plus 10%, which is perfect for this playthrough. One other very simple thing I can do before preparing for my first war is appoint some people to help me in my court. Specifically, I'm going to appoint this Noyan character. He's going to help convert a greater percentage of my herd into horde raiders, thus giving me a larger army size. But there's no one actually that fits this description now, so we'll do that later. I also want to employ a keeper of the horses, this jolly looking fellow over here. And if I set him on war horse grooming, my armies will gain an additional advantage when I'm commanding them. But why would I, a little 16-year-old kid, want to command my armies on the front lines? Well, simple. It's that aggressive attacker perk. The more experience we gain, the more we level it up. And we'll go from having 10% additional fatal casualties in battle to 40. And that is going to be absolutely massive moving forward. And after all, his name is Timujin, not Timid Chin. So finally, I've beefed up my army size. We could declare war on this guy down here and fire our horses down to get into their first battle. Here we go. We're in a battle. And we have absolutely smoked him in a battle. I want to see how many kills we got. So I have to explain one more thing. You might notice this little kill counter up here. This is not in the base game. I coded this in myself. It's a mod I made available on the Steam store. Shout out to these legends for their help with it. You'll notice we start with 1 kill. That's because Temujin was Genghis Khan in real life, and he was reported as killing his brother when he was a little kid over stealing a fish. So what this mod I made does is every time you finish a battle, this battle summary button pops up. When you click that, it tabulates the deaths on both sides, because in theory, we were responsible for everyone that died on that battlefield, and adds that to a running tally, allowing us to see how many kills we get over an entire lifetime. And I have coded in some really cheeky buffs and boosts, but more on that later. We have to get to our first goal. But first, a word from today's sponsor, because I am quite literally homeless right now. More on that in the next video. Let's say you don't own CK3 or the Mongols DLC or any of the other DLCs, and you want to try this playthrough out for yourself. Well, there's a bit of a problem. To buy all that on Steam, it's going to cost you like 230 bucks. By the time that's done, you're pretty much broke. My solution to this? Well, it's the partner of today's video, Instant Gaming. They've been around forever, and you probably never heard of them. These guys just buy like a massive amount of Steam keys in bulk in different countries where it's cheaper, so they get all the keys from the original distributor, and then just put it on sale on their site. So for the base game and all the DLCs, it's so much cheaper on Instant Gaming. They literally just give you the Steam key, you pop it into Steam like this, it's super easy. I recently saved myself a couple bucks by picking up the brand new RimWorld DLC on there, and it was incredibly simple to buy. They were super generous with me this month because they provided a giveaway link for my audience. So all you have to do is hit the link in the description, sign up, and you'll be entered for a chance to win literally anything you want from their site. You can get anything. They got everything from GTA to Minecraft to all the Paradox stuff. So I mentioned this on my last Vicky 3 video. The odds were great to win, and this guy here wound up getting all the Vicky 3 DLCs for free. So if you want to support the channel, you're gonna buy Steam games anyways, but you want a discount and you want to sign up for the giveaway, definitely check out my link in the description. Thanks again to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video, and now back to the killing. And after a few more battles, we've taken his capital. We've got just shy of 600 kills, and we can enforce these demands. We can make this man our tributary. And with that, he will now pay us 9.9 horses per month, increasing our army size. Now, this is the best way of building up your herd size, the nonce method. But I told you there were other ways, so I just want to show you the cheeky method that I will be running on cooldown in the background. We can come over to any other ruler in this step and simply right-click on them for more options. This one, Steel Herd, is by far the most overpowered. It's very easy for us, specifically because the Temujin character starts with 21 intrigue. So this will take a few months to pull off, but will passively give us quite a bit more sheep for free. I mean, horses. But in the meantime, I have to be a bit more of a nonce and declare war on my neighbors, bringing them under tribute as well. And it looks like he's just getting back from a raid, and we should kill him. And just like that, after one battle, we've smoked this man and enforced our demands, bringing him under tribute. Now, the next war I'm going to wage is up here on my rival, the man that slept with my wife. This guy completely cucked me. I'm like iDubbbz over here.
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
And I have a special war against him, a retaliation war, for, you know, banging my wife. It will force him to be my tributary and pay me 1,000 herd, getting me even closer to that 10k goal. So let's fire it up and attack him. And we have successfully beaten this man down in battle, and I can now enforce the demands. Beautiful. Oh, and we got a notification. Oh, this guy wants to submit to me. The word is spreading far and wide across the steppe about the nonce named Timujin. Welcome to the club. In the meantime, the cheeky method of getting more herd is starting to pay out. I have an 88% chance I can steal this guy's herd. And just like that, we've successfully stolen 118 herd from him. But I'm just going to run it consistently in the background against different characters, and they'll slowly trickle in. Actually, why don't we steal this guy's herd? He hates us anyways. Let's just steal his herd next. Ah, you may have bagged my wife, but I'm totally going to fuck your sheep. So we've covered a few different ways of increasing our herd size. So finally, we need to quickly cover the last way of gaining more herd size, by playing tall. In each of these holdings, we have these theoretical sheep herders. They convert the fertility of the soil to horses and sheep we can use. So one holding is producing 14 and the other 13. As they produce sheep, the fertility of our lands goes down, and they can produce fewer and fewer. Right now, we have absolutely terrible fertility in comparison to some other places. So we need a way to start injecting fertility into the soil. And I could do that by building buildings in my main yurt holding here. Specifically, I'm going to improve the millet storage building I have, increasing my county fertility growth. I can also update it to have a building within called the Zud Shelter, increasing my herd gain to 2%. And finally, I can upgrade my main yurt to have improved pasturages, giving my county fertility growth plus 2%. So as I gain more gold from these different battles I'm winning, I'm going to reinvest it in all of my buildings to increase my fertility growth. There's also other things I'm going to be doing in the background, but that could be a whole video on its own, so I'm not going to touch it. My wife is fornicated with my rival. This dude again, bro. This guy is gonna have to go, dude. Oh my days. Guards, arrest this vile harlot. You bang my wife, so I bang your horse, so you bang my wife again? What is this? I'm gonna need to steal some more sheep. I mean horses, for my army. Anyways, we're in a really good spot right now. I'm gonna do all those three things I described simultaneously. I'm going to build buildings, I'm going to steal sheep, and I'm going to try and get as big as I possibly can by declaring war on everyone around me and making them my tributary. And once I'm closer to my first goal, we'll cut back and see how big I've gotten and how many kills I've acquired.
One eternity later.
So it's been about 8 years, some time has passed, I've made so many more people my tributary, I've gotten up to 9,000 herd and 4,000 total kills. And it's time I start making some money moves, and it's all going to speed up from here. Now, a few interesting things had happened since the last time we spoke. Namely, I got this pop-up, where this historical character, who was my vassal working underneath me, wanted to become my blood brother. The night darkens. It's only me and Chieftain Jamukha. He pulls out a dagger, touches it to his palm, and cuts a deep wound. Let the blood swear what the tongue cannot. I have no idea how he's done that, considering he's maimed and only has one arm, but okay. So this guy's offering to be my blood brother. In exchange, he's going to give me a warhorse, giving me some buffs, as well as give me the warlike blood brother buffs, giving me an increase to my prowess and my advantage when commanding armies. So I think I will take this first. And then he hits me with this. It was in front of this very fire I swore an oath that I intend to keep. My people demand freedom. This guy's leaving me. So he's gonna break free from me. One less arm in my army. But I don't think it's the end of the world. Yeah, he lives just over here now, and he's not my vassal anymore. And if swearing to be my blood brother and then breaking free from me in the span of 1 year wasn't bad enough, the next year he literally hits me with this. Jamukha's betrayal. I'm sorry, but it has come to this. From this moment onward, I will chase you down, hunt you, I will slash you in deep waters. There's nothing I will not do to end you. Bro, this guy that was once my friend is actually trying to kill me. So the long and short of it is, the game has now pretty much forced me to fight this man with almost 4,000 elite soldiers. We do not have a better army than this guy. However, If I do beat him, I'll get 1800 herd as a reward, pushing me way over my 10k goal and on to our next step. So in order to prepare for this, I had to go back into my buildings and buy this Square of Kalarash building. It gives my army additional damage. Not only that, I had to also pick up the semi-permanent barracks upgrade, increasing my station men-at-arms damage and toughness. And to actually get the boost from that, I had to buy a few heavy horse archers to go along with it. These are elite soldiers with 124 damage.
That's pretty good.
In comparison, our horde raiders do 18, but this guy is still more powerful than me. So all that should catch you up to the present day. I'm going to keep increasing my army size a little bit. I'm going to grab an ally by auctioning off one of my daughters here to the highest bidder. Oh, this guy's got 2k dudes and he wants to bang my daughter. The dirty old 54-year-old wants my 14-year-old. That's nice. This guy must understand the nonce method of nomadic warfare. And I've secured an alliance with this dude, and he's got a lot of troops. So with his a lot of troops, I could now declare war on my new enemy up here in a retaliation war. Okay, we can chase this guy down now. My allies should come and help me. Chase him down and see. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I called for help twice, and not a fuck you, what do you need, or nothing.
Okay, well, I killed them all on my own. You've been useless. Thank you very much. And we've won the war. We're going to gain 1,800 herd from that, giving us a total of 12,000. And this will allow us to increase our dominance to high. So we've completed our first task. It was challenging, took me over 20 years, and I had to beat up an amputee.
Who fucking who?
And I have some bad news. As we go on, the tasks are going to get more and more difficult. For this strategy, the next task is going to be becoming a king. And if we could do that, well, we're going to get some extra cheeky buffs from my mod that should allow us to start racking up kills in the millions. With high dominance, not only do we gain an increased domain limit, vassal limit, and more, but we can now fight to dominate titles. Now, normally, if I wanted to create this kingdom title here, I would have to vassalize everyone within it and create the title to become king. But because we've now unlocked high dominance thanks to our 10k herd, I have the option to dominate the title, allowing me to instantly declare war on everyone within the borders of the kingdom, automatically making them my tributary when we win. However, there's a slight problem with that. Currently, there are roughly 36,000 enemies living within the borders of this kingdom, and while we might be able to pull it off, if I lose that, this would be the end of my run, and we're still only at 4,300 kills out of 40 million. So I'm gonna slowly annex a few more of these rulers one at a time, so that when I dominate the title, there's less enemies within the kingdom's borders. So a few years have passed, I've brought more people under tribute, and now dominating the kingdom should be very, very simple. There's only 1,800 soldiers against me. I will raise all my armies and just fire them over here. And there you have it. By winning a few simple battles, we can enforce our demands and make this new kingdom. Let them see their new Khan. Wow, look at my little yurt where I can live. Oh, isn't it beautiful? So I can hang up my house banners on the side here. It's looking better already. The only thing that would make this nicer, if I had a little cross-stitched frame over here. Live, laugh, murder entire villages because you're Genghis Khan. And now we have this entire kingdom under our control with our various tributaries. Now we have to get back to our next step, but first I promised you I would unlock some cheeky bonuses from my mod. And to understand those bonuses, you need to understand history. In real life, as Temujin got more and more powerful, he also became more and more ruthless. I know, shocker from the guy that murdered his stepbrother over a fish. Even to civilian populations, this guy did not care. He was recorded as having this big wheel, and if any man in a conquered city or civilization was taller than the linchpin, not only that, but he would grape, pillage, and burn entire cities at a time. This is why Buddy got to 40 million kills, and we're at, well, yeah. There's no real way to reflect this in the game. So what I've done in my code is said that if Genghis is a king, multiply the kills by 1.5. If he's an emperor, bump that up to 2. If he has the special conqueror trait, meaning he's done so many evil things in his life, add an additional ×2 multiplier on top of that. And if he has the greatest of all Khans trait, stack another ×2 multiplier on that. And for all of these to take effect, the year must be after 1206, because that's the first time when this was noted in history. So we have unlocked some buffs from my mod already, and our next task is to dominate the entire empire of Mongolia, while simultaneously trying to get the Conqueror perk. But there's a few problems with this. Inside of Mongolia's borders, there are 19,000 enemies, and currently we only have 3,000 soldiers, so that's not gonna happen. And if we want to pick up the Conqueror perk, it's basically RNG. First, you have to make sure you fulfill all of these conditions. Then, every 5 years, the game assesses and gives you a percentage chance you receive this. The base is 0, and then you get more percentage from having all these things filled out. Now, while I have been kind of doing all of this in the background, it's more or less random. So now, Genghis is 39, I need to begin bringing everybody in Mongolia under my tribute so that dominating it is easier. And hope I randomly get the Conqueror trait through RNG in the next 10 years. To be honest, in my practice playthroughs, I had it already at this point, but it's fine, we can still work with this. All right, here we go. Everybody that's not me, declare war. Oh, and we've got to rule the world. This is the Conqueror trait we've acquired, and this comes with incredible buffs. We get absolute dominance, we gain prestige, gold, dread, and nomadic warriors will continue to gather behind us, granting more herd, prestige, and gold if your dominance remains above high. And we got 30,000 herd from that. Yes, let the conquest begin. And I'm gonna declare multiple wars at once, I think. And here's where you're gonna really start to see the kills add up. And we will click on this button, and look, we've killed 800 soldiers, 200 on our side, but it counts as 3,200 based on the mod. Okay, so the year is 1209. Young Timujin here is now 47, which is actually brutal. I've made a bunch more people my tributaries. Yeah, we have nothing left to do now than dominate the title of Mongolia. And we've done it. We've dominated the title of Mongolia very simply by just taking a few holdings. We have 81,000 herd, 61,000 kills, and most importantly, we now control the mighty barony of shitty over here. And I can increase my dominance to the highest one. Editor Ottawa here. When I was recording this, for some reason, for a short period of time, my game did not record the game sound. At this point, when you click the upgrade dominance button, it plays a really cool wolf sound effect to go with this nice artwork. I heard it when I recorded it, but it is not in the recording. So my footage literally sounds like this. Ow! That's pretty cool, actually. I have brain damage. We also have this decision available to us to devise a pleasure dome. Now, I don't know what this is, but it is a building that'll increase our herd income, our monthly prestige. It's a no-brainer to me. I'm definitely gonna build that one. And for a game that gets views and sells copies based on all their gooner mechanics, I can't help but think they left money on the table by not adding to this. So now that we've become the mighty emperor of Mongolia, there's only one more task at hand before we can start racking up kills in the hundreds of thousands per battle. And that is to become the greatest of all Khans. This is a trait unlocked by completing a decision, and not only will my mod give us a ×2 kill multiplier on this, there's all kinds of other base game boosts you can get, which are going to be incredibly important for this run. However, this decision is incredibly difficult to pull off, because by taking it, it starts a war with all your strongest neighbors simultaneously. On top of that, there's no way to know how powerful they actually are before you start declaring this war, and to unlock this, our old blood brother here, Jamukha, cannot walk the face of the earth. I'm sure there's a historical reason somebody will point out in the comments. So I'm gonna quickly start a murder scheme against him and bribe all kinds of agents and assassins. This should take about 5 months, but while I wait for that, I'm going to buy more buildings and beef up my army with more men-at-arms units. Okay, so we've actually gotten to 95% chance. Let's execute this scheme. And the assassin was successful. Let's go. Okay, so it's time we take this decision to become the greatest of all Khans. So now it is time we summon the drums of war. And it looks like we're up against 40,000 soldiers, with this guy being the leader of this massive empire down here. So I'm gonna raise all my boys and fire them into his lands right away. And we're getting into our first battle here. And we've killed 11k dudes we've killed. The last battle gave us 24,000 additional kills. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, look at all these guys over here. If I could stack wipe them, that's going to be epic. Oh my days. And another battle with 3,000 kills. I'm just gonna keep letting this tick on. And we passed the 100,000 kill mark thanks to all those. And oh boy, is it only going to snowball and get worse from here. And we can enforce our demands here. There can be only one Khan. I, Temujin, am that Khan, the greatest of all Khans. I will have the world. Now this gives us the trait, the greatest of all Khans, which gives us some insane boosts to our military. Like, look at this. Our cavalry literally get plus 100% damage and toughness toughness. We get all these boosts to our character, and our army maintenance goes down 50%. Not only that, but we get a ×2 multiplier for our kill mod, allowing us to stack even more kills now. And on top of all of this, the reason we had to get this decision is because it unlocks the submit or die interaction. An incredibly powerful mechanic we need to complete this challenge. So for this playthrough, we've come to our final task. Remember, our challenge is to wind up on this list. Right now, we're sitting at 100k, which is respectable, but we're going to need to get millions. And we're getting old. We might only have 15 to 20 years, but because our kills are now multiplied by 1.5, 2, 2, and 2, with the right strategy, we should be able to do it because we have the submit or ruin decision. How this interaction works is I can come over to any neighboring ruler. Let's pick this guy, for example. I can right click on him and offer him submission or ruin. He then has the choice to pay me a bunch of herd as tribute and submit to me as well, or if he declines, well, he's got 700 troops and we've got 50,000, it'll automatically start a war against him. And if I win, I take all of his stuff. Holdings, women, artifacts, gold, herd, you name it. So he's not gonna do that. Let's find another ruler, like this guy up here who's a king. He is going to very foolishly decline. And, well, let me read the comments in the game code here. He will drown in his own blood. So I'll send that off, and in the meantime, I'm going to prepare for my war against him. I'm going to be focusing on building my buildings that increase my army's speed, so that they can get around the map faster, and their pursuit. Maxing out pursuit is incredibly important. Right now, my units have pretty good pursuit because they're horse archers, but every amount I can increase this makes them even better. The battle mechanics are incredibly complicated, but all you need to know is this. They happen in stages. The more damage you have, the more kills and injuries you inflict in the main phase of battle. When the enemy decides they've lost, they're going to run away, you enter the pursuit phase. This is where your winning army chases them down and stabs them in the back, securing the kill. The more pursuit you have, the more kills like this you get. So now I'm going to pivot all my investment into maxing out my Square of Kalarash, specifically the cavalry training upgrade to this, because it's going to increase my pursuit. I'm also going to pick up the Generational Belligerence Dynasty perk and set my Master of the Horse, the jolly character from before, to oversee breeding, giving me an additional 15% damage. And if all that wasn't enough, I'm going to lead my army myself with my Aggressive Attacker perk, giving me an additional 40% to my enemy kills. And here's where the game gets good, because all I have to do now is offer submit and ruin repeatedly to all the massive nations on the map and see how high I can rack up my kill count when they inevitably decline. And there you have it. This ruler has received my offer of submission or ruin, and here's his reply. That your emissary stank of horse. They offered nothing. He's gonna drown in his own blood. That's epic. So I'll just send my elite troops right to his capital, and hopefully we can get some killing done. Oh my days, did you just see that? I just crushed the guy. It was so quick, I couldn't even see it. And if we take a look at the battle that just happened, there you go. 1,400 kills, giving us 11,000 deaths total. In the meantime, I'm just gonna keep maxing out my buildings. Every time it pops up, I'm gonna keep upgrading them. I have the goal to do it. And we can enforce the demands down here. That was too easy. At this point, a world conquest would be inevitable, but that's not what we're going for. I'm gonna be pushing to find the biggest armies in the world and completely stack wipe them. So because I've been leading my armies in most of the battles that have taken place, I've gained a bunch of experience. I'm currently a level 2 aggressive attacker, giving us plus 30% enemy kills. And we're on our way to that coveted 40%. So I can now declare war down here. This guy's got 11k troops, and that looks really, really tasty for me. We'll offer submission or ruin. Okay, so these boys have finally made it back from whatever war they were fighting abroad and are going to come in. 10k enemies against 5k of our elite units. And there you go, we murdered him. And if we take a look at the battle, we can see we killed 10k dudes. If you look at the details to this, it didn't really happen in the main phase. When really we started killing was in the pursuit. We killed 5,000 levies in the pursuit alone. So we can finish this war up here and then move on. Okay, so I've cleaned up all my wars. We're sitting at 1.2 million deaths. And we need to keep moving to attack these major empires over here. So I've been looking around for the strongest armies in the world. After me is Hungary, then the Holy Roman Empire. So I'm going to declare war on everyone between me and them, slowly make my way over there, and cut back when it's time. And a quick update from the front lines here in Cumania. I've updated my Square of Kalarash to the max level, giving my archers an additional 10 pursuit, and I've unlocked Aggressive Attacker trait. So now we have an additional 40% fatal casualties when we're leading an army. And putting these two together, essentially any army we beat, we stack wipe and kill literally every soldier that was in that battle. Okay, in between me and West Slavia and Hungary is Moldavia, so I will demand siege weapons from them and slowly move in to attack them. And we caught them in battle. 6k dudes are going down now. And easy as you like, we won that one in one battle. We killed 6,000 guys, and they only have 13 soldiers left, so it's time I enforce my demands on them. Okay, so Hungary is next to the chopping block. 24,000 soldiers. I'm assuming they're rushing here because he's already at war. We'll demand some siege weapons from her, and we will slowly start making our way in. And here we have 9,000 guys and 2,000 hostile army. If I could catch them, this could be kind of epic.
This is where the fun begins.
There, I caught the 2,000 stack, and now I'm gonna catch the 9,000 stack. Oh my days. We absolutely wiped 9,000, giving us 77,000 deaths we're responsible for.
A few moments later.
5,000 in there, plus another 9 coming in. And from that, we got 15,000 kills, giving us 123,000. We are now at 2.1 million deaths we're responsible for. But what's going on there? Pay no attention to that. I'm just trying to secure a good heir by seducing my wife. I love you. That Hungary only has 4,000 guys left. And we're gonna catch another 3k here. Okay, so it actually looks like this looking lad over here took over Hungary while we were at war with them. Our war score went down significantly. He's got 12k troops we can fight, so we just have to kind of find them, I suppose. Oh, there they are. They just popped up. Okay, I'm gonna get my armies together, and I'm going to command this army myself. 9k dudes. I'm wondering if I should wait and let them populate. I think I might do that. I'm gonna take out these other armies first and wait and let them populate. Oh yeah, 4k completely stacked wipe for another 33k deaths we're responsible for. I am kind of wondering if I can get here and back in time to pick up this 5k stack, then the 12k stack that's getting together. Oh yes, oh yes. After another 5k kills, we head on over to this 9k stack. The boys are headed in. 9,000 soldiers. And we wiped them. We completely wiped them off the map. 9,233 kills, resulting in 77,000 additional deaths. There we go. We've defeated Hungary. And I think West Slavia has 12k dudes, so they might be the next up on my hit list. We'll enter West Slavia. Look at this. I feel so bad for those 2,000 guys. Literally everyone is coming to kill them right now. And there you have it. 2,000. Add 17,000 to our kill total. And we will take West Slavia. Easy as you like. Okay, so after many more battles, we could take West Slavia and enforce our demands. Okay, finally, I'm going to pick up generational belligerence and get my lads that pursuit efficiency. I mean, it's all gonna come together now. So we're currently sitting at 3.3 million kills. We have a massive, massive empire, and it's going well. I'm going to now just beef up my army a little bit more by maxing out all my men-at-arms. And so we are to raise our armies. If we could defeat the Holy Roman Empire, take out all their troops. Young Temujin at 67 years old, feeling fine. He's got a lot of battles left in him.
Baba Booey.
Is that not a meme among the kids? 67?
Kowalski. Sorry, sir, no clue.
Roman Empire will drown in its own blood. Here we go. I'm gonna split my troops off and start firing them in as the rest gather. Oh, they're up here. 25k. That would be juicy. Oh my days. They're just trickling in and evaporating, dude. 6,000 kills there. 10,000 kills there. We're on for another 7,000 right here.
Help me! Help me!
And there we have it. 7,000 kills. And easy as you like, we take the HRE. They have apparently 10,000 soldiers, but I can't find them. But I literally cannot find them, and I want to do more killing. Oh, there they are. I see them. And there we have it. 13k dead, 117,000 added to the tally. And rather unceremoniously, because I was at 100% war score for too long, it forced me to win that war against them. But don't worry, ladies and gents, we have acquired the mighty Katzenbogen. So next up on our chopping block, the Kingdom of France, 20k soldiers. We're still feeling fine at the ripe age of 69. I'm not too old to understand that meme. And an easy 16k kill. We're getting this hostile army down here. Oh, baby. There they all appear from the fog of war. And I have to get over this river. I'm going to take some penalty. Oh, and they're running away, but we should be able to catch them, I think. Or part of them. And we've caught them. 13k in one stack. Here we go. And the 5k are running away scared. And we killed out of that 13k, 6 survivors, giving us 4.4 million deaths we're responsible for. And just like that, we can enforce our demands. England will take submission or ruin. These guys are insane, dude. I could actually just take all of England, but they have 20k juicy troops that I'd love to kill. So I'm gonna do the Mongol onslaught, I suppose. Oh, I see the 17k. They're gonna land on the shores somewhere, and I'm gonna pick them off, dude. And there you have it. We stack wiped 23k, giving us 180,000 additional deaths. Oh, there's the crusade for Poland. Let's go, dude. Protect us from these infidels. I will destroy these Catholics when they land. While I'm looking for the world's biggest armies to kill, the entire Catholic world is going to declare war on me all at once. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. And there we go, the crusade for Poland. And it looks like he's got 74,000. I am literally licking my chops at that number right there. All right, so I'm here. I'm in Poland. I'm waiting. Okay, apparently they're all down here. Okay, let's get together and go killing. Here we go. The boys are coming in, and we're gonna get our first kills. Let's see how they do. Oh my days, they're just getting in there and getting smoked. Oh my. I wiped out the entire crusade on my own. That is insane. Unbelievable. We got 58,000 kills in one battle. That's 400,000 total death count. Another one, we got 33,000 kills, putting us almost at 6 million. I could have forced these demands, and we have won the crusade. I literally just stack wiped the entire Christian world. That's nuts, dude. What is next? Stack wiping the Muslim world? So over here, 30,000 guys in this Muhammad empire.
Okay, we are cooked.
And we will offer them submission or death. And I'll send my 48k over to their capital for a real battle. And we've crossed the 6 million mark after just picking up some random kills. But I don't know where this guy is, man. Where is he?
2 very boring minutes later.
Wow, okay, so I've won the war just based on sieging. This guy's armies has not shown up at all. He's got 24k guys. Where are they? I will be dead within a year. Okay, I suppose I can enforce the demands if he doesn't want to fight me and just take another massive part of the world over here. Okay, it looks like Jerusalem is prime for the taking, so I will offer them submission or ruin. They have 13,000 troops, so hopefully we can just bump our numbers up. Actually, Sicily would have been better. They have more troops. This way we could end on a political note, and I could farm you for comments, which are actually more important now that they changed the algorithm. Oh, there's so many tasty people around. If I could just get my boys there in time. Oh, it looks like Jerusalem's also at war with all these Arab empires next to it. If I can pick up these hostile armies, that'll really boost my numbers. There are 30,000 guys up here. If I can just run and grab them, that would help significantly as well. They're getting away. No, they're getting away. We got 1 kill down. 2. Almost there. Almost. Yes, we got 6.5 million kills this game. Oh, and there's more guys here. Can we get to 7 million? We just wiped 15k, and we just got another 78,000 kills. We can enforce the demands down here in Jerusalem. Take the Holy Land. Okay, so I think that's where I end this one with 6.7 million kills. So not Genghis Khan numbers, but at least I'm worse than Hitler. This was an incredibly tedious task. I micromanaged so much to get to 6.7 million, and even then, it was nowhere close to the real 40 million. Very late in the morning, I want to go to bed. Please subscribe. There was so much effort put into this one. So if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
The Ottawa Welshman. CK3, man, I'm the king of this.
And a huge thank you to all my lovely YouTube members on screen who joined for $1. And if you like that video, I've got great news for you. The video on screen right now is one I'm sure you're going to love.
The cousin is the mom. Tutorials play through, speed runs the win. No challenge too great for the Ottawa Welshman.